we are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
on the court,
in the community.
Together we are committed and uplifting.
Strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
And we're doing it our way.
supporting one another.
Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
I'm Antonio Day, freshman at Florida International University from Durham, North Carolina. What excites me the most about the game of basketball, just the intensity of it and how it's a team effort and just the passion I have for the game. What does it mean to me to be a part of the FIU basketball program? It means a lot because Coach Ballard and the rest of the staff put trust in me. I just really enjoy the family vibe that we have here. I just look forward to having a winning season, just learning the ropes from the older guys and just doing what I can to help my team win this year. What type of person I want to leave here at FIU? I just want to be one of the greatest players to come through this program and have my jersey someday retire on the walls with some of the other greats.
We're a university founded on the site of an airport, reaching new heights. It's in our DNA. And since then, we've dedicated ourselves to solving the big problems facing our community and the world. We believe that crazy startup idea isn't so crazy, that families without health care shouldn't have to go it alone. We believe we can be better prepared for the next hurricane, and that our coral reefs can be saved. And that's because, above all else, we believe in you.
Well, the only drawback to the end of November in South Florida is that the Thanksgiving leftovers are starting to disappear. Otherwise, everything's quite well here in Miami as we get set to begin another edition of Panther Talk Live at the Graham Center. Glad to have you with us this morning. AJ Ricketts alongside head coach Jeremy Ballard, a hoops installment of Panther Talk Live this week. Coach, any leftovers left, or are they all gone? How was your Thanksgiving?
I cleaned it all up. We had a great Thanksgiving, but leftovers don't stay in my house very long.
No, that's like I said, the only drawback. There's no more turkey. The green bean casserole is gone, and that's the best side dish. There's no room for debate. The green bean casserole. I don't know about you.
Mac and cheese.
All right, that's absolutely up for debate. Yeah. Great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. Pretty good start to the season for you guys, Coach. 6-1. Equaling the best starts in the history of the program. You got to go back to 1983-84 that season. Even the 1995 NCAA tournament team did not start 6-1. So a good start to the season for you guys. 20-point win over Ave Maria this past weekend. You got to feel good about where the team is as you head into a two-game road swing here.
Yeah, I mean, each and every day we're just trying to attack the day and improving the things that are going to help us be successful in the game. So our guys have been working really hard. The record looks nice now, but there's a lot of things that we could have done better and can continue to still do better. So our guys are still very hungry. Our coaching staff certainly is very hungry. So we're working towards bigger goals.
Learned a lot about your team up in New York at the Fordham Johnny Bach Classic hosted by Fordham. You lose a tough game against the Rams, a game maybe if they shoot 25% from three, you maybe eke that out. But despite the close loss, you bounce back with two impressive victories, Columbia and Youngstown State to finish off the tournament. And you have to like how they bounced back in those games and also the second half of those games, outscoring them by double digits in the second half. Good composure as the game went on.
Well, I think if you rewind back even to the UW-Milwaukee game before we went to New York, which was in the same week, we ended up playing 4 games in 6 days, which is a tall task of any team. But we were down at the half against UW-Milwaukee. We had to respond in the second halves of all these games. And, any basketball game across the country, it's a game of highs and lows. It's a game of runs. And you have to be able to respond to those runs, whether you're on the positive end or the negative end. And I was really proud of our response for the most part in all of those games. We really felt that we let one get away against Fordham, who I believe is a good Fordham team and is tough to play against. And, they completely changed their game plan going into our game. They played essentially 40 minutes of zone, and we had a lot of looks a lot of really good looks that we missed and that we feel confident that we would normally make.
Yeah.
But it was a successful week for us by and large. And
to allude to that point about the second half composure against Milwaukee, outscored them 42-33 in the second half. Second half against Columbia, 55-46 and 58-45, an advantage in those games. The basketball team walking by right now. Got a fan group here at Panther Talk Live. All right, let's chat about some of the players so far that have helped contribute to this 6-1 mark. Obviously, Brian Beard is someone that stands out. He just set a career high against Youngstown State, like 36 in that game. Against Ave Maria, 18 points, 6 assists. And it's so fun to watch him off the dribble, get into the lane, kick out to other people, rack up the assist. Obviously, one of the nation's leader in steals. He's playing at a high level, and he's making his free throws too, which is great to see. What have you seen out of Brian in the early going?
Well, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but I want to be on the record as saying I'm incredibly fortunate to inherit a senior point guard as good as Brian. He had a very good year individually last year, and we really feel that his skills and his talents really suit our style of play now, and he's playing at a high level right now. As a matter of fact, we get pretty much daily emails with conference stats, and as it stands right now, he's leading the conference in scoring, assists, and steals. I mean, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
But make no mistake about it, those individual accomplishments are all due as a result to our team effort and guys being in the right places, guys finishing the passes that they make, the respect the defenses have to pay to our players, allowing him to be able to score on his own, and the team defense allowing him to get steals. So he's had a great start to the season, and there's still a lot more left on the table for him. He's starting to make his free throws now. He's starting to become a better three-point shooter. We're constantly talking to him about making the right reads. We talk about reads a lot in our offense. So the sky is really the limit for Brian.
Another JUCO transfer into the program. He's now playing a much bigger role this year, Willie Nunez. And it was tough last season because he got off to such a great start. Obviously a prolific shooter, but then hurt that hand, was out for the rest of the season. He's healthy now. He's contributing. He's a terrific shooter, but he's also added other elements of his game. You see him make an impact in the full court pressure defense, obviously, you employ. He's driving to the rim successfully. Willie against Ave Maria, 16 points, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. And when he has his feet set, I mean, that shot gets off very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, our guys have a ton of confidence in Willie Nunez as a player and as a shooter. And our guys are constantly looking for him when he's on the court. They want to get him a look because they know he can knock it down. And, we're on Willie about being a well-rounded player, about being a very good defender, about being a good passer.
Yeah.
And he's really bought into those things. And he's another guy that really fits what we're trying to do, this up-tempo style where, this pace and space style of offense allows him to get looks from the perimeter, and he's taking advantage of it, and he'd be the first to tell you he can shoot a lot better than what he's shooting right now, and he will shoot a lot better than what he's shooting right now, and so we're all anxious for that to happen, and we're going to continue looking for him and continue executing so that he can get those looks.
Last thing before we go to break, certainly it's still a small sample size, and a couple of schools have been smaller in stature, but 7 games in, 6-1, again, equaling the best record since '83. What's the most encouraging aspect of the start of the season to you, whether it's team play, individual-wise, what you've seen out of a player, or a team concept? What's the most encouraging aspect for you early on in the season?
It's the team play and the team buy-in.
Yeah.
This is an entirely new coaching staff for these guys. And, so for them to embrace and accept what we're trying to do, what we're trying to implement, I'm really proud of. And we've certainly got a long way to go, but we've come a long way so far. So I'm proud of the team buy-in to what's really a unique style of playing on both ends of the floor. And we've had some success because of it, and hopefully there's a lot more success to still be had.
Big week upcoming for FIU at Florida Gulf Coast and at Arkansas this Saturday. We'll preview those games and more when we return on Panther Talk Live with Jeremy Ballard. Stay with us.
We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
on the court,
in the community.
Together, we are committed and uplifting.
Strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
and we're doing it our way.
Supporting one another.
Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Brian Beard Jr., FIU basketball senior point guard from Rancho Cucamonga, California. I've been playing the game since I was 3 years old, so it's something I have a love for the game. This year is just some more competing, some more working hard. Every day is tough. The coaching staff is a great coaching staff. Everybody, we all get along. You know, it's just a different feel to the team this year, and I feel like we're gonna be good. The individual goal is make a first-team all-conference, break some more records, more steals records, assists records, and just win. I just want to win. I want to be known as a winner. Just come out this year and find out, man. It's going to be a good year. We're going to get a lot of wins. Hopefully everybody comes, pack the stands.
We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
On the court,
In the community,
together we are committed and uplifting.
strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
And we are doing it our way.
Supporting one another.
Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Breaking news into the PantherTalk newsroom. Miami has decided not to participate in fall in the United States of America. 82-degree temperatures. Coach, stark contrast to your times at Colgate and Richmond and up north. I'm sure you're not used to this.
Oh, no.
But you could get used to it.
This is easy to get used to. I love the weather. I love everything about being down here in the 305 at this time of the year and any time of the year, to be honest.
There was a cold front that came through the area, I think, 8 or 9 days ago. It got all the way down to 67 or 66. That was tough. We had to persevere through that, but we'll make it. We're doing okay. Thank you for your concern. All right, let's take a look back at a good sequence from Ave Maria before we preview FGC here. So we get your thoughts on the type of play, the brand of basketball you want. And Brian drives into the lane, gets a layup. Boom, here comes the pressure. Jacob, steal, a layup. And then you force another turnover seconds after that. I thought that was a great sequence of the type of basketball you want to incorporate here.
Yeah, that's absolutely what we want to try to do. We talk about, get the style of play going all the time. And unfortunately, we did not get that style of play going in the first half of this game. But the guys came out of halftime breathing fire like we talk about a lot. And we really imposed our will and our style of play to start this half and set the tone for the rest of the half.
And that sequence there really kind of helped break the game open as it ended up with a 20-point victory. It was just a 5-point game at the half. We noted the leftovers might have contributed to a slow start. All right, let's preview FGC. Of course, they've built a brand, Dunk City. They've had a lot of success in the NCAA tournament as a mid-major in the past. Kind of struggling out of the gates this year, 2-6 on the season. But they've played a tough schedule, including up at Michigan State, the 10th-ranked Spartans. And coach, in the second half of that game, they went toe-to-toe with Tom Izzo and company. 47 points apiece for both teams in the second half, but a great opportunity for the guys to go into a terrific environment and kind of establish themselves in here in a state of Florida game.
Yeah, well, Gulf Coast is a great program. Make no mistake about it. They've been as successful as any program in the state of Florida probably the last 10 years. And they've played a very tough schedule up to this point. They have good talent on their team. They have a win over one of the best mid-major teams in the country in South Dakota State. So they're going to be hungry for a win. They've had some tough losses. But, we can't be concerned about what their mindset is. We've got 1,000% focus on what our mindset is. And we're starving for a win.
Yeah.
And we're looking for our first true road win. And no better opportunity than to go play against a great Florida Gulf Coast program who's well coached and talented and try to get the W.
I think a guy no one knew what to expect from when the fans may have seen him initially to start the season was Devon Andrews. Obviously, another JUCO transfer, wasn't on the team last year, but man, he has stood out at the start of this season. He's tough. He's physical, can take a whack. He plays great defense. Obviously, extremely athletic. He's been a really fun player to watch. What's impressed you about him?
Devon was not here this summer, so he just got here in the fall, and he missed a lot of action. Us implementing our style of play and strength and conditioning in our strength program, and so the progress that he's made in the amount of time that he's been here is really remarkable. And but believe me when I say that he's only scratching the surface.
Really?
Only scratching the surface. Mm-hmm. And we're really proud of what he's done. He's a great young man who has a lot of ability and potential, and we're going to see more and more of that really shining through. But he's been an incredibly efficient player on the offensive end. He's shooting, I think he's second in the conference in field goal percentage.
Yeah.
He's shooting really high from three, and he's becoming better as a defender. And he's got great potential to be a lockdown defender, and we're really on him to do so.
How difficult is that? I mean, usually players don't get in the spring of the first semester. They come in during the summertime. You said he didn't come in until the end of the summer.
Yes.
For him to contribute like he is when he came in essentially in the fall, right. I mean, is that surprising in any aspect, or
Well, it's a testament to him, and I guess he had less time for me to get in his head and mess him up. So I think that's allowed him to
That's
be
what
better.
it is, yeah.
But no, it's a testament to him. You know, he came in hungry.
Yeah.
He came in ready to make up the ground that he missed, and you know, you wouldn't think that he ever missed a beat.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, when we come back, start to wrap things up, we'll take a look at the top 5 plays of the game against Ave Maria. You're watching Panther Talk Live. Stay with us.
We're a university founded on the side of an airport, reaching new heights. It's in our DNA. And since then, we've dedicated ourselves to solving the big problems facing our community and the world. We believe that crazy startup idea isn't so crazy, that families without health care shouldn't have to go it alone. We believe we can be better prepared for the next hurricane, and that our coral reefs can be saved. And that's because, above all else, we believe in you.
Trajan Jacob, shooting guard at Florida National University from Houston, Texas. Fell in love with the game from my older brother and my older sister. They're always my role models, my idols. What makes me Trajan Jacob like to shoot the basketball, score the basketball in a variety of different ways. I look to leave my mark while setting the scoring record again. I broke it last year with 38 points. I'm just trying to get my name on the wall and make them remember me, and hopefully one day they can retire my jersey. Coach of the team, you know, we're running gun style, but also, you know, we're a very big family, and, you know, we try to incorporate that in everything we do, regardless if it's on the court or even off the court. To all the FIU fans, make sure y'all show up. This year's going to be a show. We're going to put some points on the board and have fun.
We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
On the court,
in the community,
together we are committed and uplifting.
strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
And we are doing it our way.
Supporting one another,
working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Wrapping things up on Panther Talk Live on Facebook Live. Glad to have you with us each and every Monday afternoon as we preview the upcoming football or hoops matchup. Football with the Bahamas Bowl bid yesterday afternoon. Looking forward to heading down to Nassau. This is the second straight bowl game appearance for FIU. Of course, Gasparilla Bowl in Tampa last season. Heading down to Nassau. The first bowl game announced, actually. This will be December 21st, 12:30 p.m. down in Nassau. You made it out to a couple football games this year. Saw you at practices, saw you in the stands. A tough way to end senior day, but I have a feeling that each one of those players is excited about heading down to the Bahamas. Not a bad place to end a season.
Yeah, no, we're huge fans of Coach Davis and the football program, and every weekend that we were in town, we were at the games. And,
that was great to see.
They had an unbelievable season, and you know, congrats to them for making their second straight bowl appearance. We're really excited for them, and they deserve it.
Yeah, it's great to see. You know, the football players a lot of times at the basketball games and that support. We had Anthony Johnson join us on the broadcast, the star defensive lineman. He came on the broadcast and was enjoying himself calling an FIU victory against Milwaukee the other day. So that was a lot of fun. Congrats to the football team as they head to the Bahamas Bowl.
Shout out to volleyball too for making conference
USA championship game. Nearly knocked off Rice.
Yes.
That was a great run by Rita Crockett and company. You know, we look out into the distance here at the GC. There's the wooden panels behind us. We've got Cafe Bustelo, Pollo Tropical, Vicky Bakery. Have you been able to make it to any of these fine delicacies?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a frequent customer to all of these.
Big financial contributor to the Cafe Bustelo coffee shop. All right, let's finish things off. Taking a look, as we always do, at the top 5 plays of the game for the previous contest. We'll start with number 5 from our win against Ave Maria. It's another sequence type of play. Marcus Burwell will start off the second half, giving a lift, makes the layup, right back down to the other end, draws a charge, and then he'll drop off a dime inside. That was a nice sequence for him.
No, this is an awesome sequence, and this is being a two-way player, getting it done on both ends of the floor. You see him scoring, the ultimate sacrifice, taking a charge, and then a completely unselfish play and the great dish to Fa for the bucket.
All right, number 4, another sequence of events here. Starts with a Trajan Jacob 3 who was on fire in the game against the Gyrenes. Hits it in the corner, and then bang, another turnover, and that's going to lead to an Isaiah Banks slam. That's FIU basketball.
Absolutely. You said it the best. I mean, we want to shoot threes, we want to attack the paint, and you certainly see that in that sequence.
All right, moving forward, number 3. You know, Antonio Day, he doesn't care who's in the paint. He's going to take it hard to the rim. This is with like 1:30 left, and he's still taking it strong to the bucket.
Well, this is who we want to be. We want to be relentless for the entire 40, from the opening tip to the final buzzer, and Antonio Day certainly represents that for us.
Number 2 against Ave Maria. Unselfish basketball day, pushes it up to Beard. I'll drop it off. Trajan Jacob with the slam. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it began with defense again. We forced a turnover, and guys being unselfish, not caring who scores, only caring that FIU scores.
You know, every time Isaiah Banks goes up for a slam, you hold your breath because, you know, he broke a backboard before and was the #1 play on SportsCenter. The backboard remains intact here, but boy, Isaiah Banks, he's had a couple of these this season.
Yeah, and I just think it's important to note this is from our offense. This is from Willie Nunez driving it and kicking it. Another unselfish play that leads to a highlight and the #1 highlight.
That's how you looked back in the day at Colgate, right? He was imitating you right there?
Yeah, maybe in warm-ups.
That's great. Isaiah Banks, he's had a nice start to the season as well as his role starts to expand this season. All right, let's wrap things up. Coach, final thing, Arkansas's this weekend, and that's going to be a lot of fun. They implemented, you know, in the 90s, the 40 minutes of hell, the pressure defense, and that's what they were well known for on their way to the national championship. But first up, before that, the focus is obviously FGC. What's the biggest key? What do you got to emphasize to the guys in order to improve to 7-1, the best start in FIU history?
To be us, and being us is, pressure defense, 94 feet for 40 minutes, and we've got to be more solid on defense. We weren't nearly good enough defensively against Ave Maria. We've got to guard the ball better. We've got to fix it. We've got to transition from our press to half-court defense better than what we did in the last game. Last game we forced 32 turnovers, but we didn't get into the half-court and get enough stops, and we have to be able to do both. We need to be able to force turnovers and get half-court stops. And if we could do that, then that's going to allow us to play offense more and get out and run more and just really hopefully wear the team down.
Yeah, only 7 games in, but a great start for FIU and company, 6-1 on the year. Best start since '83, and we're looking forward to the matchup this Wednesday at Alico Arena, Wednesday night over in Fort Myers as the team looks to improve to 7-1. Coach, going to enjoy these this year. Our first Panther Talk Live. Thanks for joining us here at the GC. I'm heading over to Cafe Bustelo. Coach is going to go back to watch some film and get prepped.
Thanks to the crew as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Here on Facebook Live each and every Monday. Thanks for joining us. Our executive producer, Chris Santiago. For Jeremy Ballard, I'm AJ Ricketts. We'll see you next Monday here in Miami.